Welcome back, guys. I'm not going to go through the regular thing, but this is going to be a reading, just to see what energies, just to have a energy check-in or energy update. Today is Saturday, the 19th of August. Married. Okay, so we could have a proposal on the way because the first word on the Ghost app today is married, and so just off screen we were deliberating with some of these perpetrators, and one thing that we found out is that they're in a situation where they are under a sort of mild or subtle mind control, and their relationship is being built under scrutiny. So the thing is, guys, is that we have a two-way communication. We have a two-way communication, and there's a saying that says, "Hurt people, hurt people." So what I'm getting at here, guys, is that the government or the government experiment is also interfering in these gang stalkers' lives. Is that they're being kept on a very, very narrow rope. They're being kept on a very narrow rope, which also includes a sort of dysfunction. They kind of operating from a level of dysfunction. There's a dysfunction among these partnerships that they're involved in. Normally, one thing that you would notice is that they also work in pairs. Shout out to the counterpart. This is one. They are mirroring the fallen one. The fallen one mirrors the hierarchy or the clergy system that we have in heaven. So, in heaven, you'd have pairs. Adam and Eve. Those were the first pair. That was the first couple. And this will be mirrored down from reflection from heaven, and then it will be mirrored down into society. So this is what we speak about when we talk about matrimony and marriage, and also the lovers. So I digress. So these partnerships, or these false partnerships, or these karmic partnerships, they're operating with, I want to say, guys, that they're operating within a dysfunction. So this will involve what's the word? When someone goes out of the family structure, when someone goes out of the family structure, is I want to say they function basically on the in the occult, they call it the left hand. They're on the left hand path. So they break every taboo going, including the sanctuary or the marriage. They basically break the marriage. So if I can just share with you guys, is that one thing that I've noticed is that they're breaking every taboo going. Which involves also the matrimony, God's matrimony. When you're married in front of God, as God is the witness, you are, it's death do us part. So the marriage is yoked. You're yoked in marriage. You're yoked in matrimony, and this, under the watchful eye of God, this is extremely. The words are kind of escaping me a little bit, but it's almost like another word for holy, like under the presence of God. This is holy. So they break these things on purpose. That's right. They break these things on purpose. So they would include breaking everything that is sacred. That's what it is. Sacred union. You have sacred union. Okay. Almost 10 years ago, Father told me to sit down He told me to sit down, and I remember hearing his words. It's like it's like you're gonna have to sit down, because what he meant was you're gonna have to sit down. You can't, you have to be, you have to realize that what you have. You have to realize what you have. So you're gonna have to sit down. So this would lead to being single for almost like 15 years. 15 years being single. 15 years. 15 years being single, and each time I try to break out of this loneliness or this singledom, you know, each time you break up this loneliness and this singledom, either by entertaining, entertaining things that, were twice, maybe twice, I got this deep loneliness. But these was all by design, because what God wants us to do is to appreciate what we have when it comes along. When it comes along, He wants you to appreciate what you have. This would also include your sacred union. This union is sacred. It's going to be the benchmark. This is going to be the foundation of the building of a home, of a house. King David built this house. He established this house. Father, He's going to build this house based on your union. The house is going to be built based on your union. So this would also include you cherishing your partnership. You must cherish your partnership. Your partnership is going to be a bond, a union. And one thing that I realized, that when these people began to start to move next door in my home, they started to build, they started to move next door within my home. They moved next door within my home. I was able to establish a two-way communication with them. So I was able to use my intuitive to see that these people were broken. They were broken people, and they were broken on purpose by the same establishment who they work for. So this would be the MI5. This would be the law enforcement. The law enforcement also comes under the military MI5 strategic planning. They fall under the same strategic planning. So they purposely break these individuals. These individuals are purposely broken. These people are purposely broken. So they carry this bane around with them. They carry this bane around with them. And this was noticeable because they were next door. They were performing rituals right next door to where I live. Right next door to where I live. They were performing these, these sex rituals. And this was based on obtaining something which is insatiable to them. So they were looking for this holy grail of a level of contentment which they're unable to reach, because what they're basing their motivations with is based on lust. Number one, it's a lust energy, and one thing about lust is that it's insatiable to mankind. So that's why we have the tree of knowledge. The tree of knowledge, where Father says, do not eat from this tree. Do not eat from this tree, because you have to reach a certain level of maturity. And these individuals were throwing all those things out the window. It was lust. They use a lot of lust as fuel. And the other day, I'm gonna pause for 1 second, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, welcome back. I had to pause there, guys, because once the channel comes in, it comes in so rapid, and sometimes I don't realize that I'm trying to express something The ghost app is in the ghost app is in the background here, guys. And I think somehow they have connected. They're able to connect with the ghost app. So sometimes I put this on because they're going to communicate with me. So they say things here. Like the last word is you know you hear they want to talk. They want to talk. They want a peace treaty. You want a peace treaty. So okay, guys. Just to okay. What it is that they're connected. The people that are behind this program are connected. They've hacked my phone. My phones are hacked. So they're connected into this app. So they are able to send messages through the app. So, which leads me to also say is that they are connected with electronics, with your electronics. They're connected with your electronics. They are an extension of the system. So they actually connect with me through not only the Ghost app, the Ghost Tube that I'm using. It'd be lovely if when you were using this Ghost app, Ghost Tube, it was enjoyable to hear it. That's why I even use it now, because that was something that we picked up on. That was something that we picked up. So they're connected to these ghost apps, so they can actually send you messages. And some of the messages, if they send you like a derogatory word or derogatory thing like that, what you do is you just turn it, you just reflect it backwards. So they might say something here they might send a message, a subliminal message. And if you look into this message, just know that you just flip the message over, because they work in the occult. So most of the occult is also based on everything is backwards. They count backwards. They spell things backwards. Their rituals are basically, upside down, inside out from what reality says. They break every taboo going. And based on my research, these are some of the things that we've found out, is that they're connected with the apps. They can communicate through the apps, and their way of doing things is actually backwards. So so in other words, some of these members were members of supposedly members of upstanding members of society. Some of them were the doctors. Some of them were law enforcement. And behind closed doors is that all of that is out of the window. They're not protecting and serving. They want to endanger lives rather than save lives. Everything is absolutely backwards. There is an occult underground network that these people have pledged their allegiances for. These people's oath that they took, when they took this oath, they took two oaths. They took one oath, which is the facade. It's a facade. It's a mask. The second oath is the true oath. That's it. They took this second oath, which is really an oath to the Brotherhood or whatever group they belong to. And in this case, they're under the legislation of the 33, and they're under the legislation of the 33. Be that as it may, these are traveling men and women, and this is what they fall under, and this is what we're finding out. So they speak about religion. They may speak about religion behind closed doors. They're completely under a different order. They're operating within a different order. Let's go to the Kippur. We're going to go to the Kippur. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. Having said that, we're sharing our voice, we're sharing our insights for the collective. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, ancestors. Please join us. Thank you, ancestors. Please join us. Let's see. Let's get a kipper. Let's look. Let's use this kipper just to get like a headline or a subheading, just to see what's the focus on today. Normally, okay, what's the focus on today? What's the focus on today? Thank you. Okay, so you could be okay, bad health. So okay, I'm kind of taking this as it came up in the reverse. So it came up in reverse. It came up in reverse. So the bad health, I always see this card as as like a okay, oh wow, wonderful. Cheero, man. Okay, and here you are, guys. I'm gonna just right off the bat. This is a 33. Cheero's name, Cheero is one of my favorite artists. But here, what I'm getting here, guys. Okay, 33. We have C, ABC is a 3, and the M is also a 3 turned over sideways. So this is also confirmation from Spirit that what you speak of is true. This is a group. These are a group of traveling men and women under the flag or under the 33. Under the 33. Okay, Spirit, could you please clarify bad health? What is this bad health? Whoa, this one wanted to come out. This wanted to come out. This is wanted to come out. Okay, look. This wanted to come out. I have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups here. This is the lovers of the minor arcana. This is the lovers of the minor arcana. Okay, this is under the watchful eye. We spoke about the matrimony. Okay, Spirit just came through from the left field. Okay, so these individuals, what I'm getting here, guys, is that Spirit says their polygamous lifestyle or whatever kind of lifestyle, no judgment or anything like that, but it's under a bad health. It's under a bad health. So these people, some of these individuals are married. You remember the other day or the last reading that we spoke about, we said that this soulmate who was sent, this soulmate who was it was practically, bear with me, guys. This soulmate who was practically a honey trap was actually married. They actually married or within a partnership. So there was a karmic couple that moved in next door. The karmic male moved in first, and the potential karmic soulmate moved in secondly. This was a person who was like a potential love interest for almost 1 year. They would send shuttle messages and stuff like that through people, because we lived in the same community. They were part of the same community, and then I later went on to find out that they were actually within a partnership. But this partnership also involved other partners, other people, or other people that were in the community, and they moved in next door. And one thing that I found out is that, this bad health and partnership, stuff like that, is that they base everything on basically just all things partnership upside down. Everything partnership upside down, and it seems that they were under a form of mind control. It seemed that they were being influenced by energies, and these energies they I believe these energies. I think these energies operate more on all things considered. They operate within the opposite of sacred. They throw out everything that is sacred. So this bad health is speaking about these reverse partnerships, these karmic partnerships. These karmic partnerships were operating under this bad health, everything that was unhealthy, which would include, you know, I want to say, they would have these parties, the debauchery parties, or they would partake in these sort of parties, and lived right next door. They lived right next door, and they would perform these rituals, including sorcery. I want to say sorcery. They'll perform sorcery. They'll perform sorcery between right next door. They'll perform these sorcery magicians. They'll break into my home when I'm not there. 5-star, protected by the heaven realm. So this is also these were law enforcement, members of law enforcement and military intelligence, and basically this was when I put these down, I'm gonna put these down, and I'm gonna keep this keep the Two of Cups here, and also because the Two of Cups is not going to be tainted. The Two of Cups is not going to be tainted, because one thing I know is that these individuals are almost, if you guys are familiar with the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar, they went to the church and defiled what was holy scriptures. They defiled what was holy, and this is their attempt. The bad health is their attempt to defile anything that is loving and holy. And this is what we're here. The 144 are here on earth to bring love to earth, because love don't exist here. And these individuals, they defile. They have a distaste towards anything that is holy. They have a distaste towards anything that is holy and heavenly. So they are a complete opposite of who you are. They're the complete opposite of who you are. So in other words, if you have union, they behave like union is a foul thing. It's a foul thing. They operate to break union. So, which is one of the reasons why they don't like union. They don't want people to be happy. They don't want to see people in union. So this is why they send these beauty spells. This is why they perform sex magic, because they're trying to make people become promiscuous and defile what is holy. Defile what is holy. So they want to operate, they want to break families apart. They want to break families apart. They want the people to not have union, this holy union, this sacred union, which, as you can see, Father is here, the great Lion of Judah. Father and the great Lion of Judah is here, and he is ever watchful over the twins. He's ever watchful over the twins, these counterparts. He's ever watchful. And your union is protected. 444. Your union is protected because here you have the holy marriage between the two, and you have Father who's watchful over your marriage. Needless to say, karmics, the karmic card extraordinaire is the X5, the devil, because that illustration shows it shows the devil with the two karmic couple. The karmic couple which is the complete opposite, which is also if you tip over the opposition, they're the opposition, they're the opposite of what the lovers is. They're the opposite of the lovers card. Then you have the devil, which is X5, which is also talking about this karmic couple, these counterfeits that were sent, and they were sent to promote everything that was opposite of sacred. You know, they'll promote, you know, they'll do things, you know, of course they involve, you know, child abuse and stuff like that, because the children are going to be the building blocks of what we're going to be building on. So yes, these things were witnessed. I was, you know, the strange thing is that they would act, they would perform these rituals right in front of my face. They would perform these rituals right in front of my face, and they possibly never believed that I would break out and start to share these stories, you know, because I would share these stories because the good thing is that some of these individuals are known to me. Like I know them. Only this time I'm seeing their second pardon me, I'm seeing their secret life. They have a secret life, like an alternative lifestyle. And you know one of the things is that you know, these lifestyles involve harming others, because they're performing rituals for a reason. So they'll perform these rituals not only to have fun, but they'll perform these rituals to stop unions coming together. They were stopping these rituals to stop Two of Cups energy being brought onto the earth. Love don't exist here. Love is being anchored down by these two. Love is being anchored by partnerships, unconditional love. You know, you're anchoring unconditional love onto the planet by your mere existence, by being who you are, by standing in your authority, your unconditional love. You're I want to say like a transmitter. You know, you're a transmitter of. I'm also wondering whether you received whether collective. I'm also wondering whether you've received a love letter from your counterpart. I'm wondering whether you received a love letter from your counterpart, because find a way, collective, if you can if you could answer that call. Did you receive the love letter? This love letter was sent out, sort of like a signal was sent out. Hopefully you guys are receiving your messages, because obviously we know that sometimes they try to hack things, but however the word is going to be transmitted across all dimensions. So sometimes what you write, what you think is only being a written word, is actually being transmitted within your emotions, and of course you're connected together in your etheric bodies are connected. So needless to say, you get that message whatever happens. You get that message whether you feel it intuitively or you receive a hard copy of the message. But it would be nice to know if you have received this letter. And here, let me get one more card. The card just falls out. Okay, guys, we have number 11. Number 11 also, which adds up to a 2. Number 11 also, which adds up to a 2, which is also, for a moment I thought that said 12, but number 11, which also adds up to a 2, is also, holy, this is also Father's justice here. So this is a divine card. Divine order is coming through. So you will have your union. We just took a turn right there. We just took a turn, and now the signs read, you will have union. You will have union. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Spirit.
Nobody understands.
See, one of the messages they're sending through, if I'm going to share this one because you probably heard the Ghost app. He said that nobody understands. Nobody understands. You see, which brings me to say this. The two counterparts are two halves. They make a complete circle. However, this complete circle is always complete within. Is always complete within. So they keep saying that nobody understands is because they keep saying that nobody understands. However, this is a complete opposite of what it is. If you turn over what they say, if you tip what they say upside down, what is understood won't need to be explained. So these individuals are it's part of their comic, part of their act is to throw disinformation. It's to throw disinformation. They say Satan is the father of all lies. So of course these individuals are karmic, and the karmic basis his playbook is normally his playbook uses lies, deceit, and those kind of strategies. His playbook is based on lies and deceit. Everything that comes out of him is a lie. How do you know that he's lying? Because his mouth is moving. That's how you know. That's how you know. That's how you know. Hablo. So these guys will send messages through the apps. So my app is completely hacked. However, I am the hacker. I am the hacker. I am the hacker. Hacking out of this system. Hacking the system from the inside. That's my job. OFNG. That is my job. I am the hacker. Like, how are you gonna hack the hacker? How are you gonna hack the hacker? You see? Okay, needless to say, following on, in light of the seven, we're gonna get one more card out here. Please thank you, Holy Spirit. Let me get one more card. So we have marriage, matrimony on deck. Marriage and matrimony on deck with the justice also, which is divine justice order, has been ordered by the divine. I'm also getting things like, these people are spiritually probably divorced. They're spiritually divorced, like they're spiritually divorced from the Father. That's what I'm getting, guys. I'm getting that these guys are spiritually divorced from the Father. We're spiritually married to the divine. Get one more. Whoop. I'm just jumping out. Get one more bit. Wow. I'm gonna take that one. No, I'm not actually. Wait. Okay, wait. Let me take that one out. Okay, let's take that one out. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. So, Seven of Cups, which is also, these illusions. These people were casting illusions. They're casting illusions. I'm also getting here, guys, is that some of the things that you're seeing aren't really there. I'm also getting some of the things that you're seeing, like if you go outside, some of the things that you're seeing possibly aren't even really there. I'm getting that these are holograms. I'm getting a strong sense that these are holograms. I'm getting a strong sense that some of these individuals are holographic. Are holographic. 1999, Kevin Bacon, Hollow Man. I'm also getting, Hollow Man. I'm also getting Hollow Man or The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot, 1993. He speaks about that the universe is a hologram. It's a holographic universe. It's that these are waveforms. When you go outside, there's nothing actually there. When you go outside, there's nothing actually there. These are waves. They only materialize when you're looking at them. Dr. Pribum speaks about that holographic universe. It speaks about these particles. They're just waves. They're waves. They only materialize when you look at them. When you're looking at them. So these karmics are, we're talking, how are you going to hack? You're not going to hack. So these karmics are illusory in nature. Illusion. They try to pull the wool over the eyes, and then what we do is we step behind the curtain and found out that these karmics weren't actually who they appear to be. Normally, these people are broken individuals, broken, children that were put through mind control from an early age. All things considered, these people were abused also. And, this abuse is that it prepared them to lose any empathy for others. So these people would then do the same thing to others and not feel remorseful. So these individuals would use children in their activities. These individuals will harm others, including all parts of society they because what was done to them. So these individuals are really, if you were to look within their mind, you'd see that these people were they have neural damage, have a sense of neural damage, which was on purpose. Quite oftentimes the military perform experiments on subjects, and these subjects are to separate your empathy, your mind from your empathy. They separate these things from a very early age, so they would perform these rituals. Some of these children were under, some of these subjects or these people that are the gun stalkers were actually put through severe mental torture as children. These are the things that Father has shown me in research. That they were under strenuous torture as children. They have to undergo what you'd call the SRA. They would have to undergo these torturous things, and they would often repeat these things to the subjects. We being the subjects, they would perform these, us the people being the subjects, because they perform these rituals. These rituals are performed on them first. They're kept under conditions, certain conditions, and then later on they then perform these kind of tortures. They're able to torture using these weapons. They're given these weapons, these directed energy weapons. They're given these directed energy weapons. They're given these microwave weapons. However, one thing that I've noticed, that these people are behind the scenes, they're also broken. They're as broken as they want you to be broken. Father gives us strength, though. Father gives us strength, because also the strength that Father gives us is the strength to say no. To say no. I will not put others through this sort of torture. So like, if they may want to recruit you. They may want to recruit you to perform harm against children. They may want to recruit you to perform harm against children, against others. But Father gives you strength to say no. Thank God thank God that, I wasn't chosen to perform these diabolical things. Thank God I was chosen. If anything, I'd rather be on the other end receiving, these diabolical treatment, because then I can raise up and know what is right and what is wrong. At very least, you know what is right and what is wrong. At very least you know what is right and what is wrong, because some of these individuals have no sense of what is right and what is wrong, regardless of their standing in society. Some of these individuals don't actually have a sense of right and wrong, because their sense of right and wrong has been broken from a child. Gang Stalker, your sense of right and wrong has been broken since you were a child. You have no sense of right and wrong. So these people perform these crimes without a second thought. Let me get one more. Let me go back to the. Let me get one more card. Okay, so they're under illusions. They're living under illusions, and also this illusions, and what is the nature of this so-called reality is that it's holographic. I was just looking outside the window for a moment with my phone. I was using my phone to get a close-up on the scenery of the people out there and stuff like that, and I just noticed that, wait a minute, there's if you can, there is a disconnect. There's a disconnect between the backdrop and the actual. There's a disconnect between the actual backdrop and the actual what you're seeing. It's almost like it's been drawn on there. I don't know if you guys have watched the movie What Dreams May Come Of, but it looks like that sort of painting. It looks like a painting. It looks like you can put your hand through it. It looks like you can put a hand through it. It looks hollow. It looked hollow. There's a person out there, and for a moment I thought to myself, wow, this person they're an extension of they are an extension of the portrait. They're an extension of the portrait. They're an extension of the portrait. This person out there, shout out to them. They're an extension of the portrait. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is that within this computer world we live in, or this simulation that people call it a simulation, is that you have individuals who are connected, who exist only in the simulation. God exists outside of the simulation. God exists outside of the simulation. Your Two of Cups, you exist outside of the simulation. You exist outside of the simulation. And the reason why some of these people look at you in such, they look at you with this green energy of, it's because you exist outside of the system. They are a product of the system, guys. These are type of readings that I want to, this was going to be called, like a whatever comes out reading. We started off on bad health. So what I'm getting here, guys, is that this system is crashing. The system is crashing. When we look at the bad health, and we look at the Seven of Cups, is that this system is being broken. This system is on life support. This system is on life support, and of course, number 13 is the death card. So this is death. The system is a literal death. The system, you've broken the illusion. You're breaking the illusion because Seven of Cups and 13 in the major is death. And you can see there's a person here. There's a person here, and 33 over his head is on life support. He's being nursed. He's on life support. So, Father, through his messages, he says that you're breaking through the system. How can you, you're Neo. You're effectively Neo, because Neo hacks outside the Matrix. He leaves the Matrix, and this system is on is on the deathbed. You're breaking through the system. You're breaking through the Matrix. You could be doing this through the dream state. You could be doing this through the dream state. You could be living a different life in your dreams. You could be living a completely different lifestyle in your dreams. You could be living a completely different life in your dreams. You're married in the spirit world. You're married. You're married in the spirit world. You're married. That's what I'm getting here, guys. Is that and guys, and the thing is, guys, I'm gonna say this. I'm being led to say this. Is like, oftentimes some of these karmic people, they're sent towards you because they also they try to do everything. They drugged me. They tried to do everything. Like while I was drugged, they were performing these rituals, these sex rituals while I was drugged, and So if you can think about this, is that under the influence, your level of awareness, it can be hacked. They're trying to hack your level of awareness. So under this act of being under the influence, they were able to send these subliminal messages, sex magic. So then they want you to be like them. They want you to break from being righteous. They want you to break from being righteous. They want you to be like them. They want you to break sacred union within yourself, because you're married to the divine. You're married to the divine, and they want you to break that sacred union by going through the fruits of this world. The fruits of this world is but a hologram. The fruits of this world, it is not real. The fruits of this world is not real. So they want the people to want to desire things of what they're doing. So I used to think, like, they show these, for some reason they love to send honey traps. They even sent a reverse honey trap. I forget what the reverse honey trap was as I'm saying it now, because one of the honey traps that they use, for some reason, they each subject has a different each subject, through my research, each subject has I know it has a different programming. I want to say has a different programming, because over the years, what you experience and will maybe become a program is maybe like it's a program. So one of the things that they try to use is ever since Father told me to sit down, by that he meant sit down, and you're going to wait for your wife. You're going to sit down and you're going to wait for your wife. And while I'm sitting down and waiting for my wife, you have people performing sex rituals next door. You have people performing sex rituals next door. Father's already told me, like, you need to sit down, and your wife. You're going to get married. I'm going to send you your wife. I'm going to send you your wife. And while I'm waiting, while I'm in the desert, or in the cave rather, while I'm in the cave, these people are plotting outside my cave, trying to get me to leave the cave by performing sex rituals. They want to mentally entice or corrupt your mind, or entice you somehow
So now they're performing sex rituals. Now they're performing sex rituals, and at the time, collective, they kind of like, what's the word? I was under the influence, so I was under the influence, and under the influence, I had to break out of the influence to be able to see what was happening. So I broke out of the influence, and I thank God that He kept me in the cave, because now I was only observing what they were doing. And then I learned that sex magic, it makes you release these inhibitions. It makes you release them, and then you go out into the world, and before you know it, you've lost your way, because before you know it, you've lost your way. And thank God that I was able to see that these rituals, these rituals, they're still performing these rituals now. People, the women, holographic women, outside the window. There'll be holographic women outside the window walking past. Holographic women, holographic women outside the window walking past. They're holographic. They're hollow. Shout out to Jack Black, Hollow Man, or was it Shallow How, Jack Black 2001. Shout out to him. Shout out to Hollow Man 2000, Kevin Bacon. Shout out to 1999 Warner Brothers also, and Sophia Stewart. Hopefully she gets her justice, which is also the card that is here now. So shout out to Sophia Stewart. Hope you get your justice. And also, it just so happens, the other day, we were looking at You Should Be Here. You should be here. Shout out to the counterpart. The counterparts are always together within the different realms. Is that we're always together, because we have this etheric code. You see, this Two of Cups. Okay, that brings me back to what I was saying earlier. Is that what this is about? Is that you have a Two of Cups. A Two of Cups is also your heart. It's also your heart. So you have a Two of Cups. A Two of Cups is also your heart. It's also your soul. So your soulmate. Karmics don't have a soulmate. Believe it or not, they don't have a soulmate. They don't. Karmics are karmic. They don't have a soulmate. Their role is to be their antagonist. Once they fulfill that role as antagonist, they cease to exist. So this may be controversial. This may be controversial because I've heard people say, everyone is a karmic at some point. Listen, you're divine. You're divine. You don't suddenly become divine in midway through your life. You're born divine, and you return to Father in your divinity. You understand? You have contracts with these individuals who are karmic, and you go through things which is like an adverse effect based on, you may have been born in a karmic family, and you may be within karmic friend groups, and you may have done some of the things that your friends were doing. However, you always had the divinity within you. You were always divine. The divine. Once you're divine, you're divine. A karmic is a karmic from beginning to the end. It's controversial, but someone's got to say it. A karmic is karmic from beginning to the end. They play a role. which is the reason why you have the X5 card, the Devil card, is that the karmic is under the jurisdiction of the devil per se, the devil per se, and that's where he returns. He returns back to the devil. He returns back, and okay, how am I going to articulate this without being offensive? Because I don't look at karmics as like, oh, you're just a devil's child or anything like that. That isn't to be mistaken. It isn't like that. What I mean is that the movie, or if you, from a movie standpoint, you have someone who's a villain, a person who's a villain from beginning to the end. They always were the villain. They were the villain. It's a villain. It's an antagonist. It's a reflection. It's a reflection. So X5 is a reflection of the Lovers, which is number 6 in the major arcana. It's those two are opposition. They're the opposite. It's the opposing energy. The thing is about the karmic energy is that it's bound. It's bound. It's bound. It's bound. The karmic energy is bound to the man downstairs. So they act everything with the man downstairs. It's bound. It's bound. It's not a free energy. It's not a free energy. Shout out to Tesla. It isn't a free energy. It's bound energy. And it's bound for a reason, because when the third of the angels fell, God created another dimension. God created another dimension specifically for them, because now their divinity was removed. Their divinity was removed from them, and they now operate in that dimension. That dimension is there. It is there. It's there. It's there to be. God created that dimension, and these individuals are operating from that dimension. You see, these individuals are bound to that dimension. In other words, that's they're in that dimension, and it just so happens that the system is part of that dimension also. So you have this saying, hell on earth, hell on earth, hell on earth. It's part of that dimension. And we exist outside of that dimension. And which is the reason why we have such opposition, is because you exist outside of this dimension. So when you dream, you go back to the dimension which is outside. You go back to the dimension which is outside of here. Okay, let me see what else is coming up. I'm gonna just round this up now, because also what I'm getting here, guys, is that you're breaking through of these illusions. It's holographic. It's a false reality. There's a false reality going on. There's a false reality, and there's a false narrative. And what the karmic wants, the reason why he acts the way he acts, and he wants to be seen. He always wants to be seen. You notice that your karmic always wants to be seen. Some of these sleeper cells where I'm at in the new location, they want to be seen. They want to be heard. So they knock on the wall. You hear them knocking on the wall. You hear them beeping their car horn. Why? Because they want you to be... It seems like they want people to be connected to this dimension. But it's a holographic. It's holographic. And also, these are non-playing characters. They're non-playing characters. Some of them, there's different types. You have non-playing characters, and you also have people that are mass produced. They've been mass produced to be fillers. They're fillers. That's right. That's a good word. A story has fillers. A story has fillers. Conversations or parts of the story that don't mean anything. These people are fillers. They fill the gap. They make things. They're fillers. They're fillers. They fill the gaps. Thank you, Father. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting here. That these are fillers. These are fillers. That's a good one. That's actually a good. That's actually what's the word? What's an analogy of a filler? These are fillers. Karmics are fillers. They don't exist outside of karmic world. Okay, the man downstairs is called Karmicville. That's the word. It's called Karmicville. Karmicville is a place, it's a dimension. And these karmics, this is where karmics go. All karmics go to Karmicville. All karmics go to Karmicville. It is what it is. Sorry guys. Not to be rude or derogatory towards them, but these are facts that you're finding out. Because all karmics go to Karmicville. If you were with a karmic, they try to send you to Karmicville with them. They'll be like stone. There'll be stones on your shoulders. They'll be like anchoring you down. They weigh you down because they're going to Karmicville and they know they're going there, and they want someone to go with. Their job is to send people down there, so they want people to go down there with them. But we're light bodies. We're going up. We go up, and your ascension is based on you ascend upwards, and you go with your partner. So you ascend with your partner. And this is why these karmics are hell bent. This is why karmics are hell bent on interfering between divine unions. This is why Karmicvilles, they want to sabotage divine unions, which is the reason why they act the way they act. They knock on the wall, making noise because they want to be heard, because this dimension is connected. So they knock on the wall, make all these noises, sometimes they lie, they cheat, they steal, and all these things they do, all these things, lie, cheat and steal, everything which is opposite of everything that is opposite. I'm gonna wait for the cards to come out. Okay, this one I wanted to jump out, which is the world. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so you've broken these illusions, collective. He told me. Okay, you broke all these all these things. So you have the world here, guys. Look, the world at your feet. You have the world at your feet right here. You understand? And also, this is you ascending. You've ascension. This is you ascending, because this is you realizing that the rest of the world isn't real. The rest of the world is an illusion. The rest of the world is an illusion. This is also a holographic universe. You see? Clouds are hollow. Holographic universe. The world is also called the universe. So it is what it is. Michael Talbot speaks about the holographic universe, 1993. Counterpart, send me your PO box. I want to send you that book. Send me your PO box. I want to send you that book. Send me your PO box. There's a few things I want to send you, and one of them, I'm gonna send you some things. So just send me your PO box, and I want to send that to you, babe. This is what it is. A holographic universe. It's a holographic universe. 7 dimensions. The universe is built on the 7 laws, 7 hermetic laws. The 7 hermetic laws. And, the first thing is everything is mental. And this what tells you here is that, look, it's a holographic. The world is mental. Governing in a mental. The world is mental. The government, globe, the world, and the universe is a holographic. It's a holographic universe. Send me your PO box, and then I can send you something. There's a few things that intuitively Father is going to let me know what to send. Intuitively he's going to let me know what to send. So your PO box. Okay, and then you also have justice here. In other words, this cycle is, this karmic cycle has been going to be brought to an end. And one thing's for certain, two things for sure is, we can't take them with us. It is what it is. We can't take them with us. You can't. We can't take them with us because they can't go where we're going. It's like once we re-emerge from the cave, and we're led by the Holy Spirit. Once we re-emerge from the cave and we're led by the Holy Spirit, we're walking across the Bifrost Bridge, and we're going home. Let's get one more. It's over 1 hour. Over 1 hour. Okay, look. And boom, number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. This is the end. It's the ending. Something's been brought to an end. So many ending cards. We have the world, which is also the universe, and also we have number 13, which is also the pale white horse, with the angel Azrael, who has been appointed. He's been sent. He's received his instructions. He's been sent, and the curtain is finally going to close. The curtain is finally going to close, and then surely you have union. Needless to say, under the watchful eye of the Father, you have union. And we spoke about under the watchful eye of the Father. You see here, guys. I actually, this card is probably one of the the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. This is two becomes one. Two becomes one. It's an alchemical process. This is going to be an alchemical process. The lovers, the two alchemical process. Two becomes one. Returning back to Father. We're going home. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. We're going home. We're going home. I'm not sure if this is going to be in reverse, but that says exactly. I'll put it that way. I don't know. I'll put it that way. Exactly. You're going home. Exactly. Let's get some investigative cards. Exactly. Father says exactly. Okay, let's get one more. Send me your PO box. Send your PO box, and Father's going to let me know what to send. Intuitively, he's going to say, okay, send her this, send this, send that, send this and that, because we share everything, don't we? We share everything, so why not? Including intellect. So because you could imagine this alchemical process that happens. You can imagine this alchemical process that happens is that your art becomes her art. in the words of the father, you know, your art becomes hers, and yeah, your art becomes hers. You become, two becomes one. You know, so you share intellect as well. You know, and you know, my counterpart is mighty with the pen. You know, she is. What is this? Downstairs door is safe. Okay, downstairs door is safe is in other words, you know, father's keeping an eye on things because I'm not even home right now. I'm not even home right now, and I'm getting this message that downstairs door is safe because you know this also means that you know you're protected. You know, 444, Archangel Michael is protecting you and your family. Everything is safe. Your belongings, your life, everything is safe. You're safe. Okay, let's get one more. I love this card so much. I love this card so much, guys. More information coming. More information coming. I'm not sure if you guys can see this from this reflection, but this says more information. So there's going to be, there could be more information coming, more information coming, more information coming. And guys, okay, I nearly, you know what? I nearly, you know, more information coming. So I could be getting more information about these people next door. I could be getting more information about this karmic couple who are next door to my home. And just to go by this card that says downstairs door is safe, because I'm not even at home right now. I'm not even at home right now. And it says downstairs door is safe, and there's more information coming. So I could be getting a message to let me know about this karmic couple. So this karmic couple, you know, I could be getting more information about them. You know, more information about them. You know, not that, you know, I could be getting more information about them because I'm wondering what the more information is about. I love this card though because this is usually an awakening. This is almost like a Osiris to the sun card. So this is the sun behind the sun. So Osiris to the sun card is also Sirius. Osiris behind Osiris. The sun behind the sun is also Sirius. So Sirius is the sun which is behind the sun. So Sirius is also the sun, is also where the sun gets its power from. The sun gets its power from Sirius. The sun gets its power from Sirius. So when it says more information coming, I love this. So you can see it's also written in the black ink. The ink is black here, guys. The ink is black here. So the sun behind the sun, which is also the black sun, which is also Sirius. More information coming. I love this card because this card always brings, things are always on time with this card. Things are always on time with this card. You know, it's almost like things always appear on time because we're communicating with Father right here. This is what Father wants us to see. Is that there's more information coming. Like he's letting you know there's more information coming, and you know, something that make you smile. You can feel the happiness emanating from that card right here. You can feel the happiness emanating from that card. 5-star. You can feel the happiness emanating from the card. You can feel the happiness from that card. Okay, guys. We're gonna go to the Game of Thrones, and of course, also here we have the Faceless Men, which is number 13. Number 13, which is the Faceless Men. Number 13. Number 13, which is the Faceless Men. Number 13, which is the Faceless Men. So, as you know, the Faceless Men were part of a, they were part of a, I want to say like a, kind of like a, what's the word? the word escapes me right now, but the Faceless Men, basically, they were a group, in the modern day you could call them assassins, but however, in this, they were like assassins, or the word really does escape me here, guys, and intuitively you can probably pick up on this word, but it's almost like a society. It's almost like a secret society or a group. It's like a secret society or secret group, or I want to say like a league, or a word which is similar to that. A word which is similar to that, like a league, or sometimes you have them in I know you have them like in the universities, like in universities sometimes fall under these groups, so you may have like like a alpha group, or a Greek, something Greek comes up to mind. However, Faceless Men is also 13, which is also 13, which is also the white. Behold the pale horse. Behold the white pale horse. Behold the white pale horse. Number 13, and the wheel is turning. So the karmic wheel has turned, and divine order has been given. In the next reading, guys, if I figure out what that word was, I'm gonna say that word what it was. For some reason, this always happens. Like it always happens. But as soon as we finish the reading, the next reading, I promise, in the first minute of that next reading, I'm going to say whatever that word was, whatever it was, and then we're going to begin the reading from there. In the next reading, I promise, I'm going to say, I'm going to find out what that word is. See? And if my counterpart is listening, she knows exactly what word I'm looking for. She knows exactly what I'm looking for. She knows exactly what word I'm looking for. She knows exactly. My counterpart knows exactly. Like an order. Yeah, like an order. That's it. Oh, the Faceless Men. They were part of an order. They're part of the Order of the Faceless Men. These were a group of assassins. They were the Order of the Faceless Men. See, my twin's like, she just went into eternity and just sent me the word, through Father. Father sends me the word. The Order of the Faceless Men. This was an order. The Order of the Faceless Men. This is a group of assassins. The group of assassins. The Order of the Faceless Men. You remember, what's her name? What's her name? Needle. She had a sword called Needle. Aya was a member of the Order of the Faceless Men. These were assassins. She was an assassin. These were the silent assassins. The Order of the Faceless Men. The Order of the Faceless Men. They would appear in the night. Silently in the night. They would appear silently in the night. They would appear in the night, and sometimes you'd see them. Like you'd see them, and then that'll be the last thing that you ever see. That's it. That's the last thing you ever see. You won't even hear them. You just see them. If you ever saw them, that'll be the last thing you ever see. This is the Order of the Faceless Men. That's it. I don't know if you can see that from that way. The order, yeah, that order. Twin comes through clutch. Twin's always with me. I told you, twins always with me. The twins don't suffer fools gladly. No, we don't. We don't suffer fools gladly. So, the twins is also always together. The twins are always together. So, you try to lie to one twin, the other twin is there catching on your lies. You understand? So the other twin is always there to observe. There's a silent twin. The silent twin is the inner being, which is a silent twin. So when they speak about the twins, sit down. Like you have your union because you are your twin. You all have union because you are your twin. That's who you are. So that's who you are. You have union. Look, you have union. You are your twin. You know. So, Father said, sit down because you may have felt lonely. You may have felt lonely sometimes. How can you're married to Father. You're married to Father now. You're married to Father now. You're married to Father now. You find out that you actually have your inner being. This is your inner being. This is your inner being. This is more information, and then you have more information coming. So you're finding out that you are your twin. You don't need to be lonely. You are your twin. So when they're performing these worldly things, look, I wish I could show you guys. I really wish I could show you. Okay. I really wish I could show you. I don't know. I really wish I could show you. I'm not going to show you everything, but I was just looking here. And I was looking at the water. And I was looking at these things. And it's like a silhouette. It's like a silhouette. There's people out here. A silhouette. A silhouette. A silhouette. A silhouette. It's a silhouette. So it's a painting. Those things are not there. Those if you can imagine an Eight of Pentacles, you have a person who's chopping away. He's working on his pentacle thing. He's working on his pentacles, and like you see that backdrop, that isn't actually there. So the backdrop isn't really there. The portrait isn't really there. Once we figure this out, we can walk through the building. Once we figure this out, we can walk through the building because the building isn't there. It's not there. It isn't there. It isn't there. And the same mechanics, I want to say, also answers to this. The same mechanics, the same equation, or the same equation also answers to this. You are your twin. You're always together. You are your twin. You are your twin. You have the same equation. The same equation that you can say that there's nothing actually there. When you walk through there, the backdrop isn't real. The backdrop isn't real. The same way you can see the backdrop isn't real. It's the same way you know that you are your twin. You're one person. You're one person. It'll be the same equation. Almost like the difference between the division and the multiply. Something like you multiply and is so you or plus and minus is the opposing, the opposite of each other. So the same equation that you work out that this isn't actually there is the same equation you find out. But however, this is only one equation. Also, E equals MC squared. E equals MC squared is also E equals MC squared is also the headline equation of what this is. E equals MC squared is also the headline equation, because underneath that equation you make other equations. You make other equations underneath that equation. So in other words, from E equals MC squared, you can create more things. You can create more things. You can create more things. More things can be answered. You can answer more questions. You can answer the more mysteries. More mysteries are going to be answered. So you're always together. You are your twin. That's what I'm getting. That's a message from that one. And before we forget, let's get one more. Let's conclude this reading by just getting one more card. What we need to see. Ain't that crazy, guys? Oh my God! Like there was a person outside. There's a person outside. They were like on the eight of Pentacles. If you can imagine, the Eight of Pentacles is alive. This person was the actual Eight of Pentacles in human form. This person, if I had the Eight of Pentacles, this person was the Eight of Pentacles in real life. They were working away on their craft, And I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, this is it looks like an Eight of Pentacles. You know, they're just engrossed in their work. You know, it's an Eight of Pentacles. Holy Spirit, give me one card to conclude this reading. What do we need to see right now? Needless to say, send your PO box. Send your let me know your PO box. Like you can email, you can attach it and you can email, but you can attach your PO box. So that would be a good thing that'd actually be a cool thing if you attach your PO box. Your subscribers, we can send you things that that you need. If you need anything, your subscribers can they can know what you need, or they can have an idea of what you might need, and then they can send that to you on your PO box. So you can attach that to your description box. So then we can so then the subscribers, we can send you things, anything that you might need. Okay, let's get there one more.
Missing.
Okay, we have Gilly. Gilly, we're going to conclude this one right here. Gilly is of Cruster's Keep. Gilly's also of Cruster's Keep. So Gilly, she's also the Maiden, was also the Strength card, which is also the Maiden, which is also the Strength card, and Gilly also means which is also just being strong, and normally when you have this card, it also tells you about you're going to make it through to the other side. You're going to be strong and you're going to see through these illusions. You're going to be strong and you're going to see through these illusions. You're going to be strong and you're going to see through these illusions, and you're going to break through anything that is negative energy. You're going to break through. So Gilly says you're going to be strong and you're going to break through, because also Gilly says the wheel is turning for you. Gilly says the world is turning for you. Gilly says also you're closing this cycle. Gilly says you're closing this cycle. Gilly says you have divine justice. Gilly says you have union. Gilly says you have union, you have divine justice. This has been your reading. God bless. I love you all.